that really the Constitution says the federal government should do, and the rest should be left for the states. But, thank you. Other questions? Okay, well, let's, again, I want to visit with each one of you, and so probably for more than you want to visit with me, but thanks everyone for coming tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Good luck, Berg.
Well, it's certainly a treat to have Rick here, and I know he'll be available to visit with everybody that would like to. We'd like to mention at the table where the meal was served, there is a sign-in sheet. We would ask you to please sign in if you would.
I would like to just add one more thing as long as we're on the camera. We've given the Pomeroy campaign 30 days that we will debate, 30 days from now to the election. And so we're really hoping that one of those will work.
Rick, I got a question for you. You know, one of the things that I'm hearing is that, you know, the Pomeroy, they're going negative on you. They're going to try to distort your record. And I heard something on the news today. What's your thought of that as far as how is the campaign going to respond to that? And, you know, how do you think that's going to play out when all said and done?
Well, that's a great question. I don't know. I mean, the Washington way is negative advertising works, and I guess as I've thought about what's negative advertising, and I believe negative advertising is when you take something out of context and twist it around and make it seem something that it isn't. And one of the issues that you've probably seen on television is this privacy issue, and they're saying, you know, how bad I am because of a vote. But really the long and the short of that is that was a federal law that was passed, Graham Leach Wiley. It was passed, my opponent voted for it, and that really put a lot of things in turmoil throughout the states. And so we ended up passing a bill that was referred and defeated. We went back and passed some of the toughest privacy legislation in the state of North Dakota, or in the country, here in North Dakota. And so I guess, Lynn, the best way for me to say it is, if this campaign is about privacy, if it's about all kinds of negative things, then we're not talking about the future of the country. What my campaign, I'm probably not going to respond as much to the negative stuff as other people, because I want to talk about where our country's going. The deficit, talk about health care. We need to move our country forward. So again, it's a strange business, but my focus is really hopefully going to be on the future.
Rick, here's another question.
Yep.
This health care bill, being that you mentioned that Earl Pomeroy voted for, is going to cost the state, from what I understand, like $1.3 billion. Is that going to become an issue? Can you make that an issue? Because I think most of the people in North Dakota think that we're going to get free health care, probably, the way they're talking in Washington.
Well, here in Adams County, we know that there's no free lunches. You know, I mean, someone's got to pay for it. The health care bill, which passed, and very frustrating for a lot of people because it passed and it was said, oh, this is going to help the deficit. It's going to lower the deficit. Well, it's a $500 billion tax in there. Plus, there were things like the doc fix in there, which were a $250 billion cost. The student loan program, which took student loans away from the Bank of North Dakota, away from North Dakota. And then the other thing that came out, they forgot to add the administrative fees, which is going to be about $15 billion a year for 10 years, so another $150 billion. But those are just the national costs. On the state level, again, our Industry, Business, and Labor Committee anticipated that it's going to be over $1 billion costs here in North Dakota, because our premiums are going to go up. Individual premiums, group premiums, about 10%. Individual plans could double. So, again, there's a lot of this detail that gets lost in the weeds, but what we need to do is, again, keep sharing this with people and talking to people, and if you have any questions, talk to your retired doctors.
If we could get a Republican majority in the House of Representatives, what are the chances of defunding different aspects of Obamacare?
Well, that's exactly. The question was, if we have a majority in the House of Representatives, what can we do to defund Obamacare? And I think that's really what I'm hearing right now is, you know, the way it works is you could pass a bill to repeal it, but then the president could veto that, and you need a 2/3 vote to override it. Well, that's probably not going to happen. So I think what will happen is a push to not fund entirely, and it's maybe a 4-year program to get it reversed. Again, it's an issue where we had almost 70% of the people in North Dakota opposed to it, and it passed. And all 3 of our representatives in Congress supported that.